Hello everybody. So the second part of our video, our lecture, which talks about English sounds, starts here. So in the previous lecture we discussed about how English sounds work, how stress pattern works, and in this particular video we are going to talk about how we can understand the science of sounds, the scientific study of sounds which is known as phonetics, and phonology in detail in relation to the sounds which are there in English language. So hello everybody, let us talk about how phonetics and phonology is different. So phonetics, as we have said, is the study of sounds. When we talk about the scientific study of sounds, and when we specifically talk about the physical characteristics of sound, we actually refer to phonetics. Now in detail, if we would like to more categorize, differentiate the different characteristics of phonetics, we could say that phonetics is divided into articulatory phonetics, acoustic phonetics and auditory phonetics, where we talk about how a sound is produced, transmitted and how it is received. But in a nutshell, we can say that it is a study where we talk about the physical characteristics of sound. Now phonetics is similar to phonetics, phonology is similar to phonetics, but in phonology we particularly talk about the grammar of sounds. What we mean that we describe the organization of the sound system of a language. So how sounds are actually arranged in a word while pronouncing a sound, what sounds are appearing. There are certain rules which we apply when we talk about how sounds are organized in a language. We specifically talk about phonology. Now in the upcoming lectures on phonology, we would talk about the phonological processes and the characteristics and the important points which are actually covered under phonology. But in this lecture, we are focusing specifically on the sounds. So let's talk about one of the important parts of sounds. When we talk about sounds is International Phonetic Alphabet, which we actually call as IPA sounds. So what is IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet? We can say that IPA can be understood as a set of symbols which are used for representing the phonemes and sounds of all languages. So there are phonemes in every language. Phonemes are the mental representation which are actually understood in a language. So if a sound is actually produced in a language, which means which gives a semantic interpretation, can be referred as a phoneme as compared to what phones are, which doesn't imply any semantic relationship with what exactly the meaning is. So a set of symbols which are used for representing the phonemes in a language can be a very important tool. And the phonetic transcription of words is actually provided by some bilingual and by all monolingual dictionaries. So where could you find IPA? IPA symbols can be found in monolingual and bilingual, trilingual dictionaries, where they are referred with the help of a set of symbols which are actually known as IPA symbols. IPA symbol has been developed by Summer Institute of Linguistics at USA, where they have derived a set of symbols which are actually represented for all the languages which are present in this world. So in a way, it becomes very helpful, very convenient to all the language experts, linguists and the interdisciplinary researchers to understand how the sounds are actually represented in all the languages. So it's a set of standard symbols, set of standard rules which are applied for multiple, all the languages of the world, where we understand how these sounds are produced through the help of places and manners of articulation. Now, these phoneme symbols are enclosed within slant brackets. So, whenever we use IPA symbols, we use these slant brackets to make them to understand what exactly we are representing through the help of IPA. So, under IPA symbols, we categorize the languages, the sounds of the languages into two different sections. One is vowels and one is consonant. Now, within vowels, we divide into two different segments again. One are monophthongs and one are diphthongs, which we will see after this. So, vowel sounds and monophthongs are represented in a way that we are talking about single sounds over here. So, as you can see that in English we have 12 monophthongs present. Now, when you compare these vowel sounds, these monophthongs with other languages, you can cross comparatively analyze whether these sounds are there in your mother tongue or any other language which you want to check, or it is absent. So, these are specific English sounds, English vowel sounds, English monophthongs, which you can see in your screen. So, as you can see, these sounds represent a particular sound and a symbol which are actually used through these words which are mentioned here. So, below are the words mentioned, and the underlined part are the actual sounds which are realized when you produce these sounds. So, the first one is E, long E, which we use for the word read. I will repeat once again. The first one is E and it is represented in the word read. The second one is a short one which we say I and we represent it to the word sit. The third one is the oo sound, oo, and we represent it as book. So, it's a short oo and we represent it through book. So, here we must understand that there is a difference between the alphabets and the sounds. So, the sounds are basically the actual part which we need to focus here, not the alphabets. So, in spite of having double O, we are actually using it as oo sound, which is different from oo, which is to. Then we have A, which is used as men, men. Then we have a short one which is which we use in America, America. So, this is the most frequent vowel sound which you can find in most of the languages. So, in English this is the most frequent sound which you can find. Then we have so it is said as word, word, Then you have which we say sort. Then the other one is which we use as cat. So, it's not cut, which is not cart, it is cat. So, the correct pronunciation will be which is cat. Then we have but. So, this and this is similar. It looks like similar, but it is not similar. The difference is the positioning of our tongue, which is making it different. So, this comes a little bit backward from your tongue position, and this is a central vowel basically. Then we have which is part. So, this is but, this is as in part, and the last one is which is not. So, and then and sound. So, these are the monophthongs which we have. Monophthongs, these are said as monophthongs, these are called as monophthongs because we are talking about a single sound over here. So, we have 12 monophthongs in English. Now, in comparison to monophthongs, we have diphthongs where we combine two monophthongs when we use it in one go in a language. So, over here we have 8 diphthongs, and which makes the total vowel count as 20. So, now onwards, remember that English has 20 vowel sounds, which includes 12 monophthongs and 8 diphthongs. These are also called glides because one vowel sound is gliding to another vowel sound. So, as you can say, the first one is ear. So, we say here, not here, it is here. Then the other one is a. So, we say day. Today is an important day. Then we have oor. So, it's tour. Then we have oi, which we use as boy. Then the fifth one is o, which we use in go. So, it's not go, it is go. Then the next one is ear. So, we say as wear. We must wear good clothes. Then we have I, which we use as my. And then the last one, which is O. So, we say how. So, as you can see that these vowel sounds, these diphthongs are basically the combination of two single vowels, that is 2 monophthongs. So, we must remember that when we talk about vowel sounds in English, there are 20 vowel sounds which are divided into 12 monophthongs and 8 diphthongs. And this is very important to understand that when you want to pronounce English sounds in a perfect way, in a proficient way, we must actually take care of these vowel sounds, which are very important to understand. So, I have given you a list of words and you must practice these sounds in relation with these words, and you can also try talking about the different words which uses these vowel sounds. Now, in the upcoming lecture, we will talk about consonants and the other remaining sounds. So, thank you for listening. Stay tuned to our next video. So, thank you very much.